I'm going to try to pronounce your name right.
Yes, of course.
Katalia.
Katalia.
Okay. Where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
Mexico. I was born in Mexico in 1985. I'm 25 at the moment. Yes.
And tell me about your childhood. You had both your parents when you were young?
I did well. At the age of 3, my dad decided he's an alcoholic. He's an alcoholic / addict. He started using at 7. He lived in Mexico. He has used any drug in the name of in the book. At the age for him, he decided when he met my mom, he actually decided to change his life. My mom is someone who is, I guess, a naive, conservative, submissive Mexican woman. No drugs, no alcohol, nothing, absolutely nothing. When he met my mom, when he met my mom, he decided to change his life. So they were kind of older already when they had me, 25, I believe, 26. And that lasted for 3 years until my brother was born. And that's when he decided to start his addiction again. So in and out of our lives, 2 years and he'll leave, 3 years and he'll leave, or a couple months and he'll leave. And so I grew up, my mom ended up kind of having not hatred, but she's always told me that I look like my dad. So and I'm the oldest one, I'm the one that resembles my father the most. I'm the one that has his character the most. And she's always put me kind of aside in a way that all my brothers and sisters. So it's, she always expected of me more, yeah.
Did you feel pressure to?
Absolutely, I felt the difference between my brothers and myself, my brothers and sisters and myself, You could see because I was, I guess, my dad's favorite. I was a daddy's little girl, the oldest one, the one that I will go with him up and down. But yeah, you could see the difference. And I always wanted to have my mom's attention, I guess. At the age of 6, I was molested by my grandfather. I was molested. My mom, when she found out, she automatically knew right away. I'm not sure if her dad abused her, because when I told her I was 6, I knew I was at the age where I knew from right from wrong, but I knew what he was doing wasn't right. And I told her one day, we used to shower together, all of us together. And I remember I told my mom, and she started crying automatically. She didn't question the fact that, what I was saying. So from there, my parents didn't do anything. Well, I think that's what hurt me the most, that instead of actually solving the problem or calling the police or saying someone with authority or fixing them themselves, they decided to move states. Oh, let's forget about it, nothing happened, right? A couple months later, we moved to the United States at the age of 6. A couple months later, I get a call. My mom's talking on the phone, and she's like, "Oh, they want to say hi to you." It's my grandfather, apologizing to a 6-year-old for abusing her. I mean, that's absurd, right? I'm the type of person that move on with it. I just, we forget about our problems. That was our type of family. We shush about it. We're, I guess we're a perfect family in the outside, but in the inside, we're, not the best. So I grew up, I was actually a good student. I grew up, I'm still here in the United States. I grew up, I love school. I do. I love school. At the age of 10, my uncle from Mexico decided to come. My brother's mom, the youngest one, decided to immigrate to the United States, and he was someone that was from known cartels in Mexico, and he came over here, and he wanted to change his life, and he wanted to be a productive member of society. So he decided to come over here, and at the age of 10, he thought it was funny to decide to shoot me up with heroin. He himself, he was a heroin addict, and at the age of 10, he decided to shoot me up, and from there grew my addiction. It felt right, but it felt wrong, right?
Did you start using them?
Yeah. Well, he shot. He will play around, And one day he I don't know, he thought it was funny. There's some sick world, there's people. He decided to, strap me down, handcuff me and, and decided to shoot me up with heroin because he thought it was going to be funny, the reaction that I had, From there grew my addiction. I started using, I'll see them, and I'll obviously go and ask my uncle, and he knew that I was having what we call malias, the come down or whatever, From there, I started using little by little. I started growing up my addiction, bigger. At the age of 13, I decided to get myself clean. Well, not decided myself to get clean, but like my mom was like, she decided to take me, and she would take me to rehab. I somewhat got myself clean. I graduated high school. I'm sorry, I skip a little bit. But at 13, my dad decided to come back into our lives. He was going to be there and be present and be a father of the year. And from there, he didn't see me as a daughter anymore. He saw me a little bit different. I can see the difference between my sisters and me. It was just different. And from there, my mom started growing a little bit more hatred towards me because she saw it as well. She saw it as well. And at the age of, I graduated high school. I actually did go to college. I went to CSUN, Cal State Northridge. I did 1 year, 2 semesters of psychology, and I did a major of minor. I was gonna major in psychology, minor in Chicano studies. I was a good student. I love books, right? At the age of 21, I had my addiction again. It blew up again in my face. I quit. I was a full student, working full time, and I had come a long way, and I just decided to give, I guess, the case of a fuck it's, right? And it's been a couple years, it was in a few months. I'm sorry?
How old are you now?
I'm 25. At 21, I started my addiction again, My addiction started at 10, and then from there to 10 to 13, that was only 3 years. I understand it was a little bit, but it's it came a long way, I went to college for 2 semesters. I was going at it. I'm yeah, I'm gonna bring my story to everyone, and addicts can do, do get better. Addicts can get better, but at 21 is when that's when in a couple months I saw myself back here again. I barely started prostituting, since I was 21. It's been I never expected to see myself like this again, to that point where just, I came a long way for it to just vanish like that, I know I can bounce back, but it's slowly I'm vanishing myself, I'm I can see myself vanishing little by little. At 21, 22, I was blessed to have a kid, my son, he's my everything, he's 2.5 years right now. Fortunately, he's with his dad, which is great. I have a great co-parent father, he's absolutely great. He was actually he was who I am now, but the mentality, he was an addict himself, and he's came a long way, he has completely changed his life. I believe I'm a I guess religious person in a way. I believe in God, I do. But I do believe that everyone here has a purpose, and my purpose was obviously to have my son, and his purpose, because he has had an accident, where he was about to die, shower patter, titanium leg, and he told me that since he came back from that, he wasn't even supposed to walk. He runs, and the thing is that I think his purpose was here to have our son, to protect and take care of our son, because I feel my purpose in life was in order for, it took my bottom to get him awake, and realize what he, that there's more in life, there's more to it. Now you hear him, and I'm who are you? It's about my son's safety. It's about everything's about our son. If you heard him 2 years ago, he didn't even care. He wasn't even there in the birth. My son doesn't have his last name, but now it's a way different man. And I do truly believe that everyone here has a purpose. Sometimes most of us have a purpose bigger than others, but everyone here has we're here for a purpose, and to help each other, to love each other, to pass on that that human kindness, I guess, in a way. It might sound cliche and everything, but that's what I truly believe in.
And you've been clean before. You did it when you were a teenager.
I have. Yeah.
Do you see yourself doing it again?
I know I can do it because I've done it before, but it's like, I guess I'm just like very, I don't know. It's like when I got my son taken away, it's like I lost my identity, and I've been trying to fill that void with men. I've been trying to fill that void with the drugs or whatever it is, like, I have right now I've been in these 3 days, I've only been using like not as much as I do, like right now I wanted to use, but my friend over here, he was like, no, it's not gonna happen. Stop thinking about the pipe. And I'm just like, no, like, please, and it's like, there's more things in life than that, but I understand that, sometimes people get lost, people get confused, I have beliefs, principles, and values, but within other people, I got confused, and you tend to forget your values and your beliefs, it's like, but now I'm very grateful for the people that have come across, in my life, because they have directed me again and, motivated myself again. And, hopefully I do believe that I am, my son didn't go through all this for nothing, he's either meant to be with me or meant to be with his father. And either or, like, God has justice, so I know that, like, this happened for me to, like, be a little bit more grateful for shit, like, I am a very selfish person. But, yeah.
What emotions do you deal with? It sounds like being apart from your son is...
Guilt, shame.
It's got to be hard for a mother, right?
Yeah. It's not even that. It's, like, the fact that what my son went through, like, his pain, not my pain, his pain. Like, my son, when I had him, I completely stopped. When I found out that I was pregnant, I completely stopped. I found out that I was pregnant at 3 months, and I completely stopped. I had another life growing in me. Like, that's amazing, like, what a woman can do, and, like, just knowing that you're, like, it's just a bond that's created. That's, that's unconditional love right there. Like, that's the first time that I felt love in my life, when I held my son, Sorry.
Your story clearly shows the power of addiction, because it's obvious that you want to be with your son and be there for him, and yet you're stuck here.
I guess I'm stuck in this mentality where I know he's okay, but it's like I'm torn apart. Like, sometimes I do. There's days where I'm like, I'm motivated, right? I'm motivated to, thank you. I'm motivated to get, I know my son is okay, I know my son is safe, but I know he needs his mother as well, And I'm torn between this, I can't stop. It's like, why can't I stop? And it's so simple. Why can't I stop? Like, I make it myself, I make it hard myself, We complicate our lives. It's so simple to just say one day, let's stop, But it's like, I'm not, because I like to mix in the street smart and the book smart, right? To see what really, like, go to the root of it and finally just get over it, But I can't seem to figure out what really is wrong, because it's really hard, and I do understand everyone around here, like, but as long as you keep yourself, like, I still keep my mentality and my values, and my principles, yet it's more powerful than you. It's more powerful, but yet, like, unless you find a balance between your mind, your mindset and your heart, you're never gonna, be able to overcome whatever, like, whatever it is that's, you're fighting in life. Like, I'm fighting with my addiction. You might be fighting with something else. Like, everyone fights with their own demons in, different perspectives. But unless you don't find a balance between this, the mindset and the heart. But a lot of people think with this, and a lot of people are scandalous, and a lot of people are hurtful and sick and, mean. But you always have to go with this, your heart. A lot of people tend to forget, that we are humans. And, a lot of people tend to forget, to give kindness, and as long as you give that and always stay humble, always stay with your true essence, you're going to be okay,
What do you think set you on this path as a child? Was this something from your childhood? Like,
No, I believe that I'm here at the right moment, at the right place, because destiny or God wants it to be. You know, I'm here. Maybe, like I told you, maybe me being here made the father of my son snap out of it, embrace. He was able to get our son back from foster. You know, like that's amazing. You know, he's doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I'm here to teach someone else. You know, maybe the death of someone is in order to teach someone else something. You know, or to like change someone's life, or like a lot of people, like we're here for a purpose. My purpose might be bigger than yours, or his purpose might be bigger than his. Maybe my purpose is to protect him because his purpose is meant to do greater things.
and what's been the lowest point of your life? Is it kind of what you're going through right now?
Accepting the fact that I was gonna be okay, that I wasn't gonna have my son. That was the lowest point. Accepting the fact that I wasn't gonna have my son. That my son, I wasn't never gonna see my son. That he was gonna be okay without my life, without me. That's the lowest point.
So where do you stay now?
Right now, I do stay in a tent. I stay in a tent with an acquaintance of mine.
On Skid Row?
Yes, he's helping me out at the moment. We do want to get eventually out of this place. He helps me and I help him. It's nothing more than that. He's a very good friend of mine, actually.
How do you find Skid Row as a place to live? Living on the street in Skid Row is not for everyone, right?
It's not what I'm used to. It's not what I grew up in, but it's, I found it to respect it, like, you don't know anyone's story, you don't know, her, his, like everyone here has a different story, and, it got, I see everyone around here and I'm like, I wonder what, like, that person went through. I wonder what led them to be at this point in their life,
Mm-hmm.
And I see myself like, at some point you get comfortable with stuff, like, you get comfortable with sleeping, in the car for the night, or like not taking a shower, or and then you find yourself here, and then I understand why you start getting comfortable with stuff, like you start being okay with it, and sometimes unfortunately like people get stuck with it, people don't, react, get confused, and don't get back to themselves. Like I'm grateful. That I am blessed and grateful to actually have, still my mindset, to still have that, because I got to the stage where I got, insane, like when I thought that I wasn't gonna come back mentally, and, every time that I do take a hit or take a shot, I am grateful that, I'm able to come back, because, I see sometimes people on the streets screaming or, delusional, and I'm like, that can be me, the next hit that I take. That can be me. That can be me next time, and I'm very grateful that I'm here.
Do you worry as a heroin addict? Do you worry about fentanyl?
I don't, actually don't. Like I heard around that's going around, and it's like it's scary, but yet I trust the people that that give it to me in a way, because I still do it. I mean, it's honestly, as an addict, you don't care. Like you care about your next hit, your next shot. That's all you care about. That's all you think about.
But a lot of people are dying from fentanyl.
And a lot of people are passing away, and it's just like, oh, it's okay. Like, man, it's just, you don't really give it a thought. You don't. That's not the first thing you think, like when you're getting your setup, your thing ready, and you're like, oh shit, maybe this has like fentanyl on it. Fuck, what do I do? I still take it though. So like, it's not the first thing you think about.
And so the way you're supporting yourself now, working as a prostitute, that can't be easy.
Well, it's okay. I mean, it's not nothing like it's nothing of the world. It's not a taboo, I guess. A lot of women here do the same. Most of them, yeah, like maybe 95% of the time, the 95%.
And some of the guys too.
But I'm sorry.
And some of the guys too.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of the guys, I think.
Absolutely, but it's like, I guess it's a job. I guess I don't know. I mean, I guess I came to become normal with it. It just became a normal thing. I really don't see nothing wrong with it, which I maybe should, but it's just I'm trying to survive. That's what I'm trying to do. I know that I do have a kid that I have to I am financially there somewhat. I do, and I try to my sensibility is better. The most important. My sensibility, and safety is the priority for me.
And what's the most important lesson you've learned?
To always stay true to yourself. To always, to not let anyone change your principles and values and perspective in life. To not question them, because once you start questioning your own beliefs, then that's when things go wrong.
All right, Kat. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, and I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you. I
gonna
appreciate
need it
it. Thank you for listening to it.
Yeah, no, it'd be nice to get clean from heroin again.
Right? Absolutely.
It'd be great for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.